All right, 6 minutes after 9 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in this Thursday morning. It is time for Veterans News, and Hank Whittier is in the studio over at his microphone. Good morning, Hank.
It is, Larry.
How you doing?
I'm doing great, but you appreciate Florida all the more. As wet, cold as it is out, you could live in Atlanta, right?
You're right. I'm glad we don't live in Atlanta area.
Keeping up with that mess up there?
It's a rotten mess up
Even
there.
this morning, they're still having trouble getting around. What a mess.
The mayor said it wasn't as bad as it was when they had city tied
It may
up
not have been
for
as
4
bad.
days.
May not have been as bad for him. It was bad for
It was bad
thousands
for
and thousands
everybody
of other
else.
people, including a lot
And
of school
kids
children who
staying
ended up spending
overnight
2
in the
nights in the
bus.
school.
Oh, it's unreal.
Not government at its best.
No.
Really not. I mean,
There's the camera.
they're blaming the weather.
Blame it on the weatherman.
The weatherman didn't tell us.
Or Mother
In
Nature
time.
doesn't listen to the weatherman.
Considering
Seriously, the National Weather Service
Was
put
right
out
on.
an 8-hour warning that
Yes.
Atlanta would be affected.
Sure did. They sure
But that
did.
wasn't time
They-
enough.
Plenty of time.
Anyhow,
Well,
that didn't
Nature-
happen in Ocala.
well, considering the Midwest, they 8 to 10 inches is flurries.
I know. I don't know if you saw
8 to 10
those.
inches, yeah.
Those streets were like glass, though. They were like glass.
Black ice all over the
Just
place.
glass. I mean, I can see why people couldn't get around. But we got a little wet out there this morning, and then this weekend it's going to be 80 degrees again.
Yeah.
Outstanding. That's why we're all in Florida.
That's why I
Donnie.
love to
Well,
be in
Donnie's
here.
here because of the sheriff in Suffolk County.
Middlesex County.
Middlesex County Sheriff.
We're going to have to get with
Those are
him.
counties up around Boston. They still got that active warrant, do they? You got a phone call?
Don't they expire?
Is it the
It
Atlanta?
never expired.
It's the mayor of Atlanta wanting to talk to me.
It is Brian Studoff.
Hey, Brian.
Good morning.
Brian, while I've got you, before I know you get casualties, which is the sad part of your duty, and that meeting is still on the 7th, and if you can still meet me right outside the state's attorney's office.
Your warrant's still active.
His calendar. I've got a conflict on the 7th, but I'll arrange for somebody else to
Well,
be there.
either that or you can turn yourself in before the weekend. It's either way.
We're doing
You're
good
breaking
today.
up. You're breaking up. I can't hear you.
Yeah. Well, listen, no problem. Again, if you don't, I kind of going to be doing this on a quarterly basis or every other month or something. So we'll, if you can't get this one, we'll get you.
Okay.
I appreciate it, Brian.
You know where to find me.
Yeah, I certainly do. Hey, Starbucks, right?
Any place you want to go.
Hey,
Dunkin' Donuts.
a serious note, what do you have? You have 2 this morning, do you?
Yeah, I've actually got 3.
3, okay.
2 actually, unfortunately, with one department.
Same incident, yeah.
Yeah, Stephen Machinsky, a firefighter, age 42, with 16 years of service, along with James Dickman, a firefighter with less than 1 year of service, age 31. Both were killed on January 26th. They were with Toledo Fire and Rescue Department in Ohio. They were on a 2-story apartment building fire with reports of people trapped inside. They were inside searching, and both were injured and unfortunately succumbed to their injuries as they also became trapped. And the third fatality that I have this week to report is Rick Winkles, a fire chief, age 53, with 28 years of service, died on January 28th with the Truman Fire Department in Arizona, died of an apparent heart attack while on duty. And so that brings to the number of 7 firefighters who have died in the line of duty so far this year.
So far already, yeah.
And I also want to let you know how much I appreciate your advice. I had not thought about it previously. You had suggested to me last year to send condolence letters, which we are doing, and I've already sent the condolence letters out on behalf of the fire department this week. So.
Well, I'm sorry that you have to do that, but you and I and all these guys in the room know sometimes that's all you can do. You can't bring them back. All you can do is tell the people they work with and their families that you share in their sorrow. So
And honor in their memory.
and honor in their memory, and that sometimes that in most cases that means a lot. They like to know that people care.
Absolutely.
But hey,
Great talking to you.
all right, keep
Stay
safe
warm.
now. Stay
Chat to you
safe.
soon. All right. Bye-bye.
All right, nobody else on the line from sheriff yet?
So far.
Anything like that? I don't know. What time is it? Well, go ahead. I think you got
Three.
2 or 3 sheriff's
Three sheriffs.
people, and if he calls in, we'll talk to him anyway. But
All right. Well, I'm going to start out with the Burns Flat Police Department in Oklahoma. Police Officer Kristen Wilhite. His end of watch was January the 23rd, 2014. Police Officer Will Hyde and Under Sheriff Brian Beck were killed when their patrol cars collided during a vehicle pursuit in Washita County. And this officer is survived by his 4-year-old daughter. Also is Brian Beck, Washita County Sheriff's Department. Same incident. They ran head on into each other. Tour of duty was 39 years, and Under Sheriff Beck is survived by his wife and 2 children. The final one we have is Sergeant David Baldwin, Jefferson County Sheriff's Office, Colorado. His end of watch was Sunday, January 26th. Tour of duty was 27 years. Sergeant Baldwin was killed on a collision head-on with another vehicle who was passing on a double solid yellow line. And he was survived by his wife.
yeah,
And that's what we
ran
got.
right into him. Yeah.
By the way, Sergeant Baldwin was a U.S. Air Force veteran.
Very good.
But that's all.
Okay, well, the good news is, if there's any good news this morning, is we don't have any military casualties.
Yes.
Not from DOD. There may be a few, but as I told you, there's always a delay with DOD reporting, so. And the other good news is it looks like that's winding down, and the casualties, I've noticed it, you've noticed it, certainly, no, we don't get like we did a few years ago, so. But one's too many. All right, Larry, thank you, if you would.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. 'Twas grace that taught my heart to fear, and grace my fears relieved. How precious did that grace appear, the hour I first believed. Through many dangers, toils, and snares, we have already come. 'Twas grace that brought us safe thus far, and grace will lead us
It's his
Yeah, we're talking off the air about veterans we're working with, and sometimes it's in there. It's in the one you're talking about. It's in his ball court. We've sort of extended ourselves. It's about a job, trying to get him a job, and want him to step forward and do what we ask him to do. And so that's what it's all about. It's about self-help. And I believe strongly in it. Everybody needs a helping hand, but you got to help yourself as well. So we'll see. I have hope. We'll see. Maybe it's there today, waiting on me. I don't know.
Hope so.
I know you guys have announced. We're supposed to have a guest today, but as I told Donnie, I guess Jack Madden.
Yes, it is.
But Jack's whistle got wet and he couldn't come in today.
blow it.
Yeah.
Wait just a second.
Jack was a referee for many, many years with the NBA. Always called it against the Celtics.
Oh, wait.
At least in my opinion.
Your humble opinion.
My humble opinion. What do I know? But anyway, Jack couldn't make it. I think he had a scheduling problem. But he'll be on soon, and it ought to be an interesting interview with Jack. I was looking forward to talking to him. But, Don, you got anything you want to talk about?
Yeah, I got to.
Oh, my goodness. I shouldn't have said that.
Whoa.
Which Don you talking
Out
about?
of here.
Are you booby-trapped or something?
No, we don't want it going off.
Did you have something to talk about, or you just okay?
Okay.
I'm
I
not sure
thought
what that meant.
Thought he had something to talk about.
Yeah, I did too. I think he had to go to the restroom or something.
Yeah. Okay,
Hey, Curly, I know Curly's always listening.
You know,
He's got things planned and scheduled and ready to talk about.
We can talk about a State of the Union address.
Oh, no, I don't.
lack of
that has
one.
already been talked about and warmed over and carried on. So I'm just going to speak about what's going on in my neck of the woods, which is the Military Order Purple Heart is meeting the first Tuesday of every month. And this first Tuesday, of course, is coming right around the 2nd of February, if I'm not mistaken. Is that not correct? The 2nd of February?
I think you're right.
Yeah, good. So this is the
like
2nd of February, and we're going to be meeting at the Elks Lodge, of course. And for those who have not already joined, the meeting your meeting starts at 10:30, and for those who are members, it starts at 11 o'clock sharp. We are expecting to have a beautiful luncheon after the meeting, so come on out and enjoy. Like I said before, it's for members who have been combat wounded, and for that exclusive club only. And like I said before, we start at 10:30 for the ones who have not joined, and for the ones who are members of Chapter 466, please come out and enjoy the festivities and also enjoy the meeting, for we are indeed an exclusive club of combat wounded veterans. And the address for the Elks Lodge is 702 Northeast 25th Avenue. So come one, come on, come all. All right, and also I'd like to announce that the Veterans of Foreign Wars Post 7193, Brady Owens, is presenting a tour of the Holy Land. And they just had a free all-day tour of the Holy Land. And the reason they do that is so they can maintain the 501c3 status, because we're having it for February the 20th for 2014, and we'll be leaving from Mount Moriah Missionary Baptist Church parking lot on the 20th of February at 8 a.m. Now, the ticket deadline is right around the corner. By the 5th of February, you must have your adult tickets of $50 each, and the children's tickets are $40, and your children is designated at 13 and below. The tickets are $50 each, which includes your admission to the park, your round-trip transportation, and a continental breakfast. Ticket deadline purchase is February the 5th, 2014. For more information, you can contact me, the commander, at 352-629-4285, or my cell phone number is 352-817-1654. Or you can contact Comrade Ernestine Porter. Her number is 352-629-1668. Or you may drop a check or money order in the mailbox and put it at VFW Post 7193, designated for Holy Land tickets.
Excuse me.
Holy Land tickets, P.O. Box 6413, Ocala, Florida 34471. Once again, P.O. Box 6413, Ocala, Florida 34471. Thank you for your time.
Well, Commander, let me ask you a question. Maybe you can shed some light on this. The government talking about cutting COLAs. You know, there's something that the people in the community might be interested in as well. So can you shed some light on that?
Well, I received a letter from Congressman, our congressman here in the district, and he said he had voted against the cutting of the COLAs. And the primary reason was because they did not realize what was all in the package. They just voted because of the fact that they thought it had some good things in it, and once they realized they had that was a part of the COLA, they tried to that COLA was a part of that package. They tried to reestablish it and vote it back out again, but they could not do it. I'm looking for that letter now, but I think it's in my other folder.
So what good things would be in something saying we're going to cut the COLAs?
You're talking about the cost of living
Increases for veterans.
Right. Okay. It was something in that. I didn't read the entire bill, but as far as I didn't read the entire bill, and I don't think anybody else read the entire bill. But it was something in there that they thought that was going to be helpful to the veterans. But giving you a little bit here and taking a little bit there. But eventually they found out that the whole thing was just taken without giving. So. And when they found out, they really tried to go back and change it. But by that time, it was too late. And some of the senators and some of the representatives realized they had made a grave mistake and really tried to go back and change it. But by that time, it already became...
So do you have any idea of when they're going to make a decision?
The decision had already been made. Now they're trying to reestablish the COLA and make it better for the veterans because they saw that they had made a grave error.
They want to go back, the last hearing I saw, which was just a few days ago, they want to go back temporarily and put it back to what it was and then revisit it again for increases. That the letter came out of Nugent's office, but I watched one of the hearings. But I'm under the mind that if you don't know what you're voting for, don't vote.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, and see,
kind of reminds me of the health care bill and a few other things that people tell you, well, I didn't really know what was in the bill, but I voted for it anyway.
Yes.
Well, then don't vote. I'd rather have you abstain and not vote than vote for something that's going to hurt people. And I don't buy into this. You know what I think will happen? I don't think they gauge the anger and the support that a lot of veterans have and veterans group have, and I think the heat got turned up and now they're scurrying for cover. But although I do like Congressman Nugent, I think he likes to do the right thing. But if you don't know what's in the bill, please don't vote for it. And I hear that all the time coming out of Congress. Well, we didn't know. Well,
right.
You're there to know. If you don't know, don't vote.
That's why they have a staff.
Yeah, that's
well,
right.
The staff themselves are supposed to read all the bills and say, okay, Congressman, this, and this may help, but this, and this, you better not vote for that.
Well, you know what? In court, you tell the judge I didn't know. That doesn't cut it.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, so it doesn't cut it with me. We're sort of the judge of Congress, and that's a poor excuse. I didn't know. Well, you're there to know.
But he himself said he voted not for the bill. Nugent
yeah, he said he did, and I believe him, and I believe
him.
But most of them are telling you they didn't realize the impact it would have.
Right.
That's a bunch of BS.
You know, it's another big impact coming up. They want to close the commissaries.
Oh.
Yeah, I know a lot of us don't shop in the commissaries, but if you live by a base or near a base,
you will.
You usually go in the commissaries, and it's a big deal. It's
a lot of people travel from here all the way down to Tampa and places, Orlando. And, yeah, I mean
Jacksonville.
I know a lot of people.
Just take a cooler and buy what much of stuff they're gonna need for a month or two.
Yeah. Again, there's lots of ways you can cut the budget without putting it on the backs of veterans and those who served, and that was, I guess, part of what I agreed upon in the State of the Union speech. I mean, whether it happens or not, but at least he talked about making sure that we honor those who serve. You guys got any other announcements? Robert, I know you have an announcement about your food pantry is getting a little light.
I thought we would probably receive a call.
Well, he's got to figure out how to use the
our
telephone.
Our pantries are getting down. We are looking for canned meats of all kinds, and especially vegetables. So if one of the groups out here or church or any affiliations, please consider us. We do disperse a lot of food to all kinds of situations with veterans, so please consider it.
Yeah, January has been a tough month.
Yeah.
You know, usually after the holidays, you get a little bit of a break. Not this year. Again,
Well-
this year, and we get a lot of stuff in and distribute
we-
a lot of food. We're not run out, but it's been
No,
tight this
but
month.
it's starting to get tight,
So-
and we had a fantastic Thanksgiving, Christmas, and it was really good for the people. But now the food is down, and we need to pick it back up. And that's all it amounts
Well,
to.
maybe Hank will dig into his reserve and come up with spam.
Yeah,
You know,
still got some old sea rats. Yeah.
me too.
Lerps, some long range
didn't think you
patrolmen.
were-
I used to
I-
like the Franks and beans myself.
I
I thought he
have
was
a
gonna
sea
say
rat
bologna.
franks and beans at the house.
I thought you were going to say bologna.
I like the lerps.
Let's talk a little bit about, and a whole lot maybe, about Palm Chevrolet.
Palm Chevrolet and Palm Kia.
Palm Kia.
They are sponsoring us, and they are right here on State Road 200, just east of the Paddock Mall, where we are working with WOCA. And they are willing to work with you on buying a new or previously owned car. And they'll be more than happy to show you their showroom with all those beautiful vehicles in it. And the parts department and service department are there to help you at all times.
I told you,
And-
since we started, since Palm has come on, I've become a hero to my son-in-law. You know, this guy lives and dies Chevys. I mean, anything to do with a Chevy, he wants a Chevy.
There's something
Drives
about a race
Chevys.
car that Chevrolet.
Oh yeah, we bought him a little at the auction. We bought him one of those little die-cast
Yeah.
autographed.
You made him really happy.
Jimmy Johnson? Is it Jimmy Johnson?
believe
I'm not
it
a
is.
NASCAR fan. You're a NASCAR guy, aren't you, Larry?
Not really. But,
Well,
yeah, but
I
there
think it is Jimmy.
Yeah, I think it is. But in any case, good-looking couple out there. Hey guys, how you doing? So anyway, Chevys are probably over there at Palm telling him I sent him. I was going
He's trying to
to
get-
give him a 50% discount, right?
He's trying to get him to give him a Corvette,
Yeah,
probably,
something, yeah.
knowing
for
him.
for the price of a
don't.
Spark or a Soul
Yeah,
or
right.
something. Yeah. But,
But,
listen, good cars and they're a good dealership and no hard sells.
No.
They'll take care of you. Go out there, good service department. Go out there and talk to them and see what you think. And
They're not shouting from the
And there
rooftops
certainly
anymore.
can be, no one believes that stuff anyway. You hear all these dealerships telling you, if you don't do it this weekend, you won't.
Yeah,
No one's buying into that.
it's next week.
Yeah. So I like Jeff and what he had to say and the style and hey, come in, we'll treat you right and let's make the best deal for everybody here. So
Right.
good. That's good. Palm Chevrolet on State Road 200. Go talk to him. I was telling somebody, you reminisce.
Yeah, right.
Where I was reminiscing about the Marine Corps. Obviously I have a good memory.
Shock time.
But I was talking about a guy the other day. The Marine forecast that they do at least in New England around Boston, they do the Marine forecast, and they do it out here near the coast. I used to serve with a guy that really thought they were talking about the Marine Corps when they did that.
Oh, no, sir.
I did, honest to God. But he was a good Marine, but he wasn't the sharpest pencil around,
Not in the box.
I asked
So
you
every
not.
time it came on, he
I
went,
asked you not to talk about me, Hank.
yeah, but you found a sharpener since then,
I realize what 6-foot swells mean.
It was funny how those, I hadn't thought about that in years when we got talking about something that just came flashing back to me. I think he became a general, actually. It
In the Army.
was Pat Howard who left town.
Start going with cannon cotton.
Are we getting closer to working with Dory Funk and?
Yeah, well, we still got a couple of more meetings with Dory coming up to see if we can do something for a fundraiser. And we're supposed to be doing a fundraiser with your friends out there at Don?
Wayne's World.
Wayne's World, yeah. You want to talk a little bit about, I don't know the dates and everything.
I don't have the dates.
Yeah, but we're
and
going to be
everything.
going, again, they're going to help us out with fundraising. And there's a lot of, we've got, the good news is we're, on the verge of a couple of partnerships with other agencies to help veterans out that are really going to help veterans, and we're really looking forward
You
to
may
that.
want to throw a shout out about that with the Ocala Orchestra.
Well, the Ocala Orchestra is one, the Symphony is one, working with Matt, what can I say good about Matt? I'm stretching it here.
He looked good in that jacket we gave
Yeah,
him.
the jacket you gave me did. The jacket looked good, but no, Matt's a nice guy. As a matter of fact, I invited him on the show. He's been reluctant to come on. I don't understand why.
He can't
Well,
conduct
he can't-
us.
he
But again,
can't
they're
stand-
hard. You know, the
can't
the
stand the
symphony,
roasting.
Matt and his board are asking us to kind of join forces to do some things with them and provide maybe provide some jobs for veterans and work closer with us. And they really want to tap into the veteran community and do some things and find a way they can serve the veteran community, and which is right up our alley. So we like that. And, you know, we've been working with Habitat and some other groups to do some things to make life a little easier on veterans. And so that's what it's all about. If you work together, I told you, if you work together, you can solve a lot of problems. I hear these politicians sometimes telling they can't figure it out. It's pretty damn simple if you really want to do it.
Yeah.
But you gotta
Well-
be willing to work together.
Well, you figure the strength we could pull together a team, what the Shrine is, with the Ocala Symphony, with the Veterans Helping Veterans, with Golden Ocala. You bring this team together, you can help a lot of folks that are not directly under the auspices of Veterans Helping Veterans, but they touch Veterans Helping Veterans, like the Children's Shrine Hospital. We got a lot of veterans that have children in that hospital.
Absolutely.
And so we help each other to help them, and we become stronger.
Yeah, it shouldn't be about, hey, you know, that's not my job, that's not my department. I mean, if it makes you can help somebody in the community, make the community a better place to live. If I make it better for you, you know what? It's better for me too. So anyway, a lot of good things are happening. We're in the next few weeks. That's some of the meetings you probably heard us talking about with the sheriff's department and the fire department and all these other, trying to get them to sit down and do a roundtable discussion about how to solve some problems. And so far, everybody's jumping aboard. So we're pleased about that. Larry has got to keep his job, though.
Yeah, we got to let
In order
Larry
to do that, he's got
He needs
to.
a few dollars.
Yeah, well, and again, he's not really selling you something. It's kind of a public service that he's letting you know who has bought some commercial time on WOCA. And these are things you can't live without, like
Yeah, that's right. Like a Chevy.
a Chevy.
You're right.
That's right. Or a Kia.
What's going on at Palm Chevrolet? Well, I'd like to share a couple things with you. Chevy's introducing a couple opportunities that usually don't show up until later in the year. You might as well take advantage of them now. First, they released a fantastic owner loyalty program that applies to almost every vehicle in the lineup, with additional discounts of up to $2,000 above the standard rebates. And if you want low payments, the Cruise has a $159 a month lease offer. And listen to this truck offer. How about $279 a month? Now, that's not a base truck. That's a Silverado 1500 double cab LT1, $279 a month. That's unheard of. So stop in and shop at Palm Chevy. It's fast, it's friendly, and it's fun. It's the Palm Chevrolet way. 2300 Southwest College Road in Ocala, or visit palmchevrolet.com. Chevy, find new roads.
36-month, 36,000-mile leases. Cruise, $24.39 to its signing. Silverado, $42.19 to its signing. Subject to Ally credit approval. Tax tag and $699 doc fee extra. $2,000 owner loyalty on 14 Tahoe. See dealer for details.
Greetings, good citizens. Join me, Duke of York, and Margaret of Anjou at the 28th Annual Hogtown Medieval Fair, January 25th and 26th, and January 31st through February 2nd at the Alachua County Fairgrounds.
Join the colourful cast of characters on the streets of Hogtown, where you'll find medieval merriment for the whole family.
Cheer on royal knights as they joust for the ladies' honour, watch a living chess match, or enjoy performances by gypsy dancers and magicians.
Then wander through the marketplace, where hundreds of artisans sell their medieval wares.
Come one, come all to the Hogtown Medieval Fair.
You've got a garden and we've got a show for you called You've Got a Garden with your host, Master Gardener Carol Ann Baldwin. Carol Ann answers your questions about your flowers, your veggies, your grass, your trees, even questions about your bugs. And she's only on WOCA, so don't miss Carol Ann Baldwin and You've Got a Garden each Tuesday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. right here on WOCA The Source.
You know, Austin, I'm sitting here at the computer looking at our Facebook page, and boy, we really need to tell more listeners about our Facebook page.
No, Tom, so you got it all wrong. Twitter is the new age.
What's a tweeter?
No, a Twitter, Tom. The Voice of Ocala has a Twitter.
We do? Well, how do we tell our listeners about that?
All they have to do is get the Twitter app or go to twitter.com, type in Voice of Ocala in the search box, and click follow.
All right. Well, what's the tweeter do?
The Voice of Ocala's Twitter page updates all of its followers on the latest news, guests, giveaways, and contests.
Oh, okay. But couldn't listeners just tune in weekdays from 3 to 6 to 1370 AM and 96.3 FM, or even go to online at WOCA.com? Wouldn't that be easier?
Yeah, okay, maybe.
If you didn't catch Around the Water Cooler on Buddy's sports page this week, here's what you missed.
During the season, I really don't say much. The week of the game, you say something nice about your opponent. You don't talk trash during the season. But in the off season, the summertime, some people like to hear something a little cute or funny. So I think it's fair for all of us coaches in the off season to give our fans a little something to get a smile on their face about.
Around the Water Cooler, Tuesdays and Thursdays at 5 o'clock on Buddy's sports page.
Do black patent leather shoes really reflect up?
Find out at the Ocala Civic Theater's delightful musical comedy running from February 6th to March 2nd.
Watch from late bloomer Eddie Ryan's first day of Catholic school to the senior prom.
This musical romp goes through confession, poodle skirts, guardian angels, gym class, rock and roll, and the birds and the bees.
Do black patent leather shoes really reflect up? Is set for performances from February 6th till March 2nd at the Ocala Civic Theater. It's a divine comedy directed by Greg Thompson.
Who?
Yeah, that guy. He's an actor or something.
I don't know.
Last year, over $1 billion, that's a B with 9 zeros, was left on the table from taxes not done right. But thankfully, H&R Block tax preparers have over 100 hours of training to help you get your piece of the billion back. Come visit us and our friends at H&R Block this tax season at the Paddock Mall, Marion Oaks, and Triple Crown Shopping Centers to make sure you get your maximum refund. Don't forget to check with your favorite nonprofit for referral information where applicable.
The Usual Suspects Jazz Quartet will be in Arthur's Bistro at the Hilton Hotel on February 1st from 6:30 till 9:30 p.m. And then on February 15th, Arthur's Bistro will be having a Gala Valentine show with the Usual Suspects featuring guest vocalist Mark Raich from 6:30 till 9:30 p.m. for your dining, dancing, and listening pleasure. Based on previous performance, we recommend that you make a reservation for this show. Call 352-390-1515 for the Usual Suspects Jazz Quartet.
All right, 21 minutes before 10 o'clock. Let's return to Veterans News with your host, Hank Whittier. Hank?
Hey, we're back. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Thanks, Larry, as usual. Next week, we've got Scott Young coming in, talking about insurance, Medicare, Medicaid. Don's going to ask him some questions about TRICARE. Everything's really changing. Everybody's confused about things. Hopefully, he'll have some answers for us. He's been to the office a few times. Nice guy. I took out some insurance for him, but he's a nice guy, and I think maybe he'll be able to clarify some things. Hopefully, he will, unless he decides.
Would have been nice if it was Steve Young.
Yeah, it would have been. It's Scott Young. Nice guy, though. And then the week after that, I think Rick Hurley's coming in to talk more changes in some of the benefits for veterans particularly. And apparently what he was talking about is true. They appear to be becoming really hard and revisiting a lot of veterans who got claims and disability claims, particularly PTSD claims. So Rick has been on top of that, and he's seen a trend. And matter of fact, on one of the news forecast, the news stations, I think it was ABC, was talking about the same thing, that they're taking a harder look at the claims that veterans have filed. Even if you've had it for a number of years, they're going to take another look at it. And they're offering deals, and sometimes the deals coming out of the VA, what they're offering you need to reject. But, I guess you have to do it as an individual. But anyway, Rick's going to talk a lot about that.
Hank, you think we can get somebody to come in and talk about Agent Orange?
Yeah, well, the doc is coming in. I'm trying to get Doc Knapp, and he's a great guy, by the way.
He sure is.
Good man. He helps out a lot of it. By the way, I asked him to do a favor for me and help a veteran out who was having some problems on Saturday. he was talking to him on the phone extensively about the issue the guy was dealing with. So this is the way he is. He does not watch the clock. He's a VA doctor, runs the clinic over here. Saturdays, evenings, if there's a veteran that needs some guidance and some counseling and some advice, he's glad to do it. He's a good guy. So, I can't say anything enough good about him. So anyway, we'll ask him to talk a little bit more about that because he's agreed to come in periodically and discuss issues. By the way, we're going to go to our old format in March, which is the half-hour format.
A half-hour program?
Yeah, because honestly, a lot of us are having trouble scheduling times and stuff. So at least I am. I won't speak for everybody, but so at least temporarily, we may go back to the hour. But I told Joe in March. Probably we'll go back to the old format of a half hour. And there'll be special shows, too, that will extend it. But a lot of times we got things to go and places to get to. And that flight up to Boston
more
to visit,
busy you
to
get.
visit Donnie's parents, see what went wrong.
In prison.
Anybody, honestly, your parents ought to be in prison for having you. I mean,
it's
deported, maybe deported or something.
This
They back in Ireland now or something?
This sounds sad, but my parents had a bet that I wouldn't make it to 21.
You were bad.
Sorry that they lost that.
Yeah.
Actually.
Hey, I do want to make a shout out to a couple of folks again. I know Sergeant Henry is listening to the radio show.
Here, my office yesterday.
Yeah, him and his wife, Angel. Sergeant Henry, Sergeant First Class Henry, U.S. Army. His wife is a Master Sergeant, as it should be. And I'd like to say thank you to them again. I can't say it enough to those guys for helping us with our charity event. Also, again, I know they weren't listening last week when we shouted out to them, but I wanted to shout out again to the Cartagena sisters that came over and helped us. They were great. Tita and Gloria Cartagena. They are married. Gloria is married to my brother David, and David was the one that played in the wheelchair tennis match with us that whipped Hank like a stepchild.
They were pretty bad. But you know what? I liked it.
I mean, it was laughable to watch him hit the ball right through you.
I thought, and it took me to the third match to figure out you're not supposed to hit the ball out of the court.
And I got penalized for excessive celebration several times. I didn't know you couldn't be happy about a good shot.
But it's mannerism of what you did.
Well, it was taking the shorts off to kind of.
That was kind of an obvious point.
That cleared the cloud.
That cleared the
crowd, not the cloud. The cloud too.
Sergeant Henry again. He's a U.S. Army recruiter and down good guy, smart, sharp. He came over to my office because he was trying to help a lady out who has nothing to do with him, a relative or anything like that, just somebody he knows that needs some assistance. And he does that all the time. I mean, he's involved with some children I know around the holidays, making sure they had good holidays. So again, those military guys are out there, the recruiters are out there, they're doing their jobs, and then a lot of times it's like our friends on the police department, the sheriff's department, and the firemen, they're doing other things besides. A lot of good people doing a lot of good things. And they don't get paid for it. They do it because they want to help people out. So he was by, he has a hard time finding his way around, though.
Yes, he does.
That GPS system is down.
He can't do it.
Don't ask him to read the compass.
He doesn't do that.
Little limit.
Map reading.
Map reading is not high on the agenda. We're still, who else? What's my...
You mean Palm Kia and Palm Chevrolet?
Well, you're getting good at this.
I'm trying to, sir. You put it to me that way.
Have you gone down there and looked for your vehicle? You were looking for a vehicle last week.
I'm still looking. I haven't decided on anything, but...
If they let you test drive it for a year, would that make a difference?
That would help a tremendous amount, yes. It would help tremendously if they'd let me have an Equinox just to test drive for a while, not put a limit on it. But they won't let you do that. But Palm Kia and Chevrolet are a fantastic dealer here in town. They're just east of the mall. And right here on 200. So just stop in, talk to the people there. They're very friendly, very open. They're not shouting from the rooftop about this sale, that sale, or whatever. They're trying to be just flat out good people to help people. And they're doing an excellent job on that. So,
yeah, go see them.
Yeah.
I haven't met. The general manager and I need to get together and have him come on with Jeff maybe and talk about some things. But we'll get them on. Donnie has a fan club. He has a couple of ladies that like him to have to drive the same sort of vehicles that he drives.
Okay.
The one came in right. I thought it was him, and it was her.
You mean a two-wheel style?
Looking for him the other day.
On motorcycles? With tattoos all over them? With that body piercing?
Something said they were from
piercers
Hey, does Palm Chevrolet have the new Corvette?
They do.
I think they do, yeah.
Yes,
I haven't
they
seen
do.
it, but yeah.
Wow.
They've got one
you know,
right
that
now.
would be you. You ought to get rid of that other thing you're driving. Even though our friends at Harley Davidson are good people, but you're
Why
a little
don't you
old.
donate it to the
You're a little
Vets
old for
Helping
that
Vets?
now. Yeah.
We
Donnie-
ought to go out there and take a look at that new Corvette.
We can
And
test
maybe
drive that.
Test drive it for
They let
6,
us?
7 months.
They let us test. I think they let us test
It's
drive.
beautiful.
Yeah.
It is.
I'd bet they'd have 2 salesmen ride with us.
With Donnie around, they better.
You'd want to sit on their lap, right,
Yeah,
Donnie?
take the keys and go to the next
Don,
Chevrolet.
what's
deal.
happening at the Marine Corps League? I mean, I know they got a bunch of events coming up. Honestly, I told them before, I cannot remember all the stuff because you know what's coming up with aren't they going to start their fish fries and steak dinners again or something?
Yes, they are. And I'm not, God, if I can remember, on Fridays, they're going to start their steak dinners. But they got the Wayne's World event coming up next month, and that's a big deal for them. They're renovating their trailer where we're setting up a deal right now, we hope, to help fix that trailer up. That's where they sell their hot dogs and chips and sodas and stuff like that.
No,
when
they
bring to events.
were talking about it, but as I told them, what they need to do is come in or send it to the radio session, preferably.
I will talk to them today. I don't know if Lloyd's listening to me now.
Lloyd and Lori,
yeah.
and I talked to Patrick. Called me the other night.
Oh, he did.
About something else, but you told him again. Just like Sergeant Curley. Folks, we're not going to remember when you meet me and talk to me outside in the parking lot. I'm not going to remember it. So,
God, I can't remember myself who I am.
Yeah, well, Dawn goes down there, but between us, we couldn't come up with any kind of a schedule. So, we'd have a hard time.
Well, they got a difficult time now because of the upcoming elections,
Right.
in the unit.
Oh, that's right. Their
So,
elections are coming up in March, or is it March?
March.
The election? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little campaigning going on. Maybe that's why Patrick called me. A little campaigning going on. I don't know, but he needs some assistance with a friend of his as well. So.
Well, I did talk to the folks, the young guys that just got out of Afghanistan and retired, left the Marine Corps, and they go over to Central Florida. And they have an organization over there, the Veterans
They have a veterans
Organization.
group there, I think, 60 or 70 people in it. It's a big group. I
Yes,
met with
it
them a
is.
couple of years ago. But I have an intern in my office now.
CJ.
Yeah, a little young woman, CJ, smart, focused Air Force veteran.
Yep.
She goes out to Central Florida. She said, I asked her to get some things going for us in terms of working a little closer with them. But she is sharp. She's really focused on what needs to be done and how to get it done. And she's going back to school and all those other things that need to happen, doing the right thing. I got what are you all pointing at?
There's two gentlemen that I
yeah.
think one of them was supposed to be coming in earlier today. I'm not sure.
Not with me.
Okay.
Not with me, partner.
You're just validating what I thought about them.
You got to get your ticket punched.
Okay.
Don't go there now.
No.
Leave that alone. Leave that alone.
But I like that Central Florida
Oh, but
organization.
it goes. Women veteran, but any veteran. She's like 26. Hey, listen, she knows she can't get where she wants to go unless she went back to school. So what did she do? She went back to school. Got a kid. Has all the reasons why she could have an excuse not to do it.
Yeah.
But she's doing it. And interning, working 2 jobs, I'm going, I'll pat you on the back. You're doing good. That's what I'd like to see. So again, she said, hey, listen, I don't want to be where I am today 10 years from now. I want to, I want to have a good job. I want to be able to support my family. So outstanding. Couldn't ask for more.
She's bringing out the emphasis about the women veterans that we have out, and she's looking to see if she can't figure out ways to better support the.
Yeah, I asked her to start thinking about, how we can better help women veterans.
Something was made.
All veterans, but particularly some of the women veterans.
And she made a comment about the Red Hat ladies. Maybe she could contact them, and I said, please do so.
Whatever she wants to do, she can.
Yeah, my sister-in-law is in the Red Hat ladies.
Okay, well,
it's a big deal. They get together and they work together.
Usually with the women vets, you're talking children involved, and which is an extra hurdle that they, it's a blessing, but it's also a hurdle. But this one has got her act together, and then of course Mary Peters did the same thing, and Mary just got a great job. An outstanding job, was a drug rep, for pharmaceutical sales.
Weren't you one in Boston?
What? I sold. No, I did a lot of things in Boston. That wasn't one of them.
This is legitimate sales. Legitimate.
Oh, this is not recreational drugs.
Recreational. I will tell you that when I went into the Marine Corps, that the burglaries and armed robberies dropped off significantly.
But something about the women and the men, we think differently. Our vocabulary.
I'm glad someone thinks differently than you.
When you go up to a man and you say, "Hey, look at this car," and you say, "How's this piece of dump working?" The guy takes that as a compliment. When you're looking, somebody makes fun of your car.
You've been doing that with my truck, and I was going to beat your butt more.
You probably have, and I didn't even know it. But you go up to a woman and you say the same thing, and they get ashamed. They want to sell their car. They want to get rid of it. So you need a woman.
Maybe I need to do that in the parking lot for Palm. I can go out there and tell all the women that come out, you got a lousy looking car, and give them a Palm Chevrolet car.
There you go.
Get the business struck up a little bit.
It would work.
Yeah.
But I think that's why it's great to have an intern in your office, a female.
It's actually the first. No, it's not the first intern. I had second intern.
This is the second one.
I'm glad Central Florida sent them out to her. And again, she's a sweetheart. And she's a hard worker. So again, I get encouraged when I see that in young veterans, that they're willing to go back and say, hey, you know what? I want to improve myself, and this is how I'm going to do it. So outstanding.
And she's got plenty of spirit behind her.
Yeah. Don't you wish you did that, Don?
Hey, my wife would say, "What are you thinking about?" And I would say, "I wasn't thinking."
She knew that already.
She smelled the wood burning, though.
Don, have you ever had an original, Don?
Not lately. Not ever since I've been exposed to Agent Orange.
I thought it was PTS.
Well, that's part of it, Bill.
Listen, he's got it all wrong. You
never know about him.
We got a trivia. We have a trivia.
No, you know what? I don't.
You didn't bring no.
I didn't bring anything with me today.
You didn't bring no money.
I was expecting the guest in, so I figured, well, I have no sense doing it today. But I mean, you can ask a trivia. You got to. We can do cash. Don's got plenty of cash.
Hey, he's got plenty of.
Yeah, we can do a trivia on cash if you want to do that. You want to ask a question? Anybody here? He's going to go to his baseball. All his stuff.
I was to say he's going to do a sports trivia question.
Baseball stuff.
He's going to go.
How many teeth did Ted Williams have when he died?
Well, I have one for you. Which turkey won today on Fox?
Wait a minute. If you're going to ask trivia, you got to ask it when they call in, because otherwise they get on Google and just, that's the end of your $20, man.
Okay. My $20?
Uh-oh.
It's your
Hello.
$20.
Is that why
They're already calling you, letting you know.
Do not listen to Hank Whittier.
Is that Vivian doing that again? Do you want to play trivia? Do you have a question?
I got one.
All right.
I got one that's
so if they call in, you know what? I didn't bring any cards with me, but I'll put my $20 up. I'll put my $20 up.
Wow, that's nice.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Yeah, I hit the lottery last night, guys.
Can we call?
If we get a call in, they get $20 if they can answer your question.
$20 bill, and it's gonna be a sports trivia?
It's a sports trivia.
Sports trivia. So what?
Hey,
I don't
Pete,
even know the numbers.
call.
It's not very old. It's a day old.
So you read the headlines this morning?
Well, I got one off the top of my head. I got a great one. It's a funny
You got
one.
a phone call?
No, sir.
Oh, I thought you had a phone call.
50,
No, he doesn't
chance.
have one.
50-50 chance of winning this one.
People don't want to call me this morning. Don't want to call you because it's sports trivia. We get a lot of history buffs calling in when they call in, but sports people, I think we asked 1 or 2 sports things a few weeks ago. But
I watched Jeopardy, you know.
You watch Jeopardy?
Yeah, I got one right in the last 3
I
weeks.
embarrass myself on Jeopardy. I always embarrass myself.
I have to
There's some
double.
Yeah,
I go from
I hate it when the kids do it in this, and they get all the answers, and I'm going, I couldn't even answer these things. They got, middle school type kids. They win $30,000 and they don't get a question.
When I get the daily double, I go for $1 million. So I'm about $10 million in the hole.
Ted, you owe Jeopardy money to me?
Yeah, I do. So don't tell them where I live.
Well, let's see, no one wants to play sports trivia with you.
Okay.
Well, while we're waiting on someone to call us on the trivia question for...
Yeah, you got a couple of things.
I got a question or
well, I want you to
suggestion
update.
people.
I know we talk about it every week, but I don't want that court program bogged down. It will get bogged down if you don't get some more.
We've got to have some more volunteers.
And while I'm thinking of it, I just reminded myself, thank you to the Sheriff's Department for squaring away a little minor problem that we had.
That was a glitch.
A little glitch that we had. So Terry Brevard and Dave Palmer.
Yes.
And of course Chris Blair. But thanks for help. It was about background checks. It was a little glitch getting them done. So now that's all fixed,
Yes.
taken care of. We're back on track.
And we thank everyone concerned with that.
Everybody who helped out with that, because you can't get, in order to have mentors, you got to have them checked out.
You have to. There's no way around it. But folks, we are looking for new mentors to join our group. All you got to do is to be a volunteer. Base background is be in the military, and come in. We'll be more than happy to give you an application to fill out. Once you meet the criteria, we'll train you and have you with a veteran before long. We've now into 14 months being a viable entity in the judicial system, which is really super good. 107th court in the nation is what Marion County's 5th Judicial Circuit Court is. So we're interested in getting young veterans. We need them. We got a lot of young veterans that has gotten into trouble, and we'd like to put them with someone of their age caliber too.
Yeah, you really do need some younger veterans.
Yes, we do.
Sergeant Henry was starting to, and I know he's got some restrictions, and again, within a few months, I think he'll be going up to Jacksonville anyway. So, but we could use some young vets out there helping us out and doing some mentoring, because it's a good program.
Well, call me at our office. It's 433-2320. Be more than happy to talk to you and get you an application out in the mail even.
We got some young volunteers coming into the office, which is great, and
Yes.
we're going to be doing some other mentoring programs, lifestyle mentoring, for our housing-related stuff and other things. So, it's a way to volunteer. You're not putting in a ton of hours, and you're helping a bit, whether it's a court program or in the office, or doing mentoring with some individual, we're doing some substance abuse peer counseling as well, which is a great program. Robert and some of the other guys are involved in that. So there's some good stuff going on.
And we also have a retired Navy commander that works with us as a volunteer now. So that's
good
really
guy.
good.
Bruce. Yeah, Bruce is a good guy.
Yeah.
Listen, you have to take the abuse, and if you can get past the first few days, it's all downhill from there.
We will use you and abuse you, Doug.
You ask us. No one wants to play with you this morning, Don. I offered you that sports trivia just didn't fly. So ask the question, and we will get it.
There were 2 turkeys today that ran a race.
2 turkeys ran a race.
Real turkeys.
Okay, I
on
believe
Fox. And one had a Denver Broncos sweater on, and the other one had a Seahawks sweater on.
Mm-hmm.
Who won?
Seahawk.
Yeah.
Who?
Seahawk.
Yeah.
You owe Robert $20.
Do I?
It's called being
I answered
scared.
it too. Don't I get credit for that?
No, you
Why
don't.
don't I get
Because
credit
he
for
said it first. This is double jeopardy, pal.
You
gotta collect.
Are you going to split this?
I think we need to sign off on that one, boss.
You're going to split it. Hey, listen, we do have to go again. We'll make it better next week. I promise. Thanks for listening. Appreciate your service.
Come on, Robert. Let's get out of my.
Like today and every day. God bless America, everybody. Later, guys.
Ocala's information station, 1370 WOCA.
Ocala. ABC News Now. I'm Karen Chase. A chill down the spine of the job market. The number of people applying for jobless benefits shot up